Welcome into TalkFCB and welcome back here to the channel, guys. A Barcelona news roundup coming up for you today, and we do have some big news in today's video as we're going to be discussing the injuries to Clement, to Antoine Griezmann. Do we expect both players to be fit and available to face Napoli? We're also going to be talking about the phenomenal Riqui Puig, some more on Barcelona B, and also the big news from today on the Ballon d'Or, which has been cancelled for the current year. It's all coming up, and some more, of course. Let's do it. But if we do indeed, first of all, begin with the training session, because Barcelona still this morning were in training. The players there who faced Alaves came in for their usual recovery session that was out there on the field. So Barcelona did train as normal this morning, and there will also be a training session taking place tomorrow as well on Tuesday. But that will then be the last training session before the whole squad will leave to have a few days off. Setien, his coaching staff, exactly the same. Everybody there will have some really important days of complete downtime. No training. They don't even have to keep up with their fitness if they don't want to, but it's really important there for every single player to go away and just reset. Get yourself ready, whatever you've got to do, whatever relaxes you, go away and do it, and then come back refreshed and hungry to go and take on the Champions League, which is really important for us there. And speaking of the training session today, starting here with Antoine Griezmann, because he was one of the players today who was out on the field in today's session. He wasn't with the group, he was there training on his own, but he was working individually, and he has been now for several days working really hard, stepping up that recovery from his current problem with that Napoli game in mind. And according to reports right now, Griezmann is going to be ready for Napoli. Come August the 8th, apparently Griezmann by that time will be fully recovered, fully integrated back with the team, and that there would be absolutely perfect news. Like I say, Griezmann the man scoring that vital goal for us in the first leg, and that could be crucial heading into the second. But also on Griezmann, I want to bring you here something interesting from social media. Some of you may have already seen it, but it was a tweet there earlier on from Antoine Griezmann upon reaching their 7 million followers on Twitter. A big milestone for him, and he tweeted there 7 million. It was a sort of celebratory tweet. But also in that tweet there, he had the number 7, and then he tagged FC Barcelona, which was interesting because Barca then responded to that tweet. They quoted it again with that number 7, and that tweet from Barcelona has since been deleted. And you do wonder there, looking a bit further into it, maybe it's because there's no football on for a few weeks and we're looking into things maybe more than we should be. But could Griezmann be eyeing that number 7 shirt? That's always been a desire to have that shirt at Barca, but of course right now, that belongs to Philippe Coutinho. We're going to have to wait and see what next season brings. But if we also move on here to the very pressing matter that is the injury also to Clement, because I think with Griezmann we sort of expected him to be back by that Napoli game, but for Lenglet, following that injury yesterday against Alaves, coming off the field like he did, and on the sidelines there, he did seem to be in a little bit of discomfort, and that was worrying ahead of that Napoli game, especially given the fact we really do struggle with depth there at centre-back. But good news, this morning Barcelona officially announced that Lenglet does have discomfort in his right groin, but they go on to say that he's going to undergo treatment in the next few days, and it doesn't appear to be anything serious, anything really troublesome to Clement Lenglet. According to the local media in Barcelona, that injury there is only going to leave him out for, say, 1, at the max 2 weeks, which seems that right now it's only a mild problem, and he is going to be able to face Napoli, which is so important there. Bringing that experience, bringing that know-how. He's somebody who has been extremely consistent at the heart of our defence, and that's really good news there, that we should have Clement Lenglet back. And I think, to be honest, you can also see there that positive news regarding Lenglet reflected in the club's decision to allow Ronald Araujo to link up now with Barcelona B for their upcoming semi-final playoff match, which was also confirmed today. Because Setien reportedly preferred there not to risk Riqui Puig, who apparently had just a little bit of discomfort after the full game that he played on the weekend, and Ansu Fati as well. Setien wants to keep there wrapped in cotton wool ahead of the Champions League, but he did apparently find a bit of a compromise there with Garcia Pimienta in order there to strengthen his team a little bit, to give him Ronald Araujo and say, you know what, he can travel to Malaga to play for Barça B, and he is going to go there tomorrow to help with the team. And on the subject there of Barça B, we spoke yesterday about their vital win in the quarterfinals stage of their Segunda B playoff. It was a really, really important win, 3-2. Conrad de la Fuente scoring two very, very important goals, and Monchu for Barcelona B, and it's now been confirmed today they're going to be facing Badajoz, who beat Athletic Club B in their previous game. That there is going to be the semi-final, Barcelona versus Badajoz, and that match is scheduled to take place this week, this Thursday, on the 23rd of July at 8 p.m. local time. And a victory in that game, if Barça B can get through that one, they'll be just one win away from returning to the Segunda Division, and that's massive for the development of our young players. And speaking of the development of younger players, of course we have to move on to Riqui Puig, who, like I say yesterday, was absolutely sensational, I thought, in that midfield against Alaves. He was everywhere. He was picking out passes that many of us couldn't even see, but he was making them happen. He was executing it brilliantly. And of course, on the day, he got 2 assists to his name. And it was interesting, because in doing that yesterday, registering 2 La Liga assists in one game, he became the youngest Barcelona player at just 20 years old and 341 days to provide 2 assists in a La Liga game since way back in 2011, when at 20 years old and 140 days, a certain Thiago Alcantara assisted twice against Villarreal. And when you look at Thiago, he went on to be a pretty decent player. If Puig there could follow in that path, if Puig could certainly capture all of that talent that we know that he has, he can go a very, very long way. And I do actually want to ask you guys, is he ready now to take on the Champions League? We know against Napoli, there's no Sergio Busquets, there's no Arturo Vidal, we have suspensions as it is. And for that reason, and not just that, but in general, has Riqui now earned that place in a massive game, the round of 16 second leg? It's a decisive game for us, but we want our best players out there. We want players out there who can affect the game in the best way. And right now, you can't argue against that being Riqui Puig. Somebody in our midfield to make something happen, to be destructive, to be dynamic. He ticks all the boxes. And for me, in the Champions League, he is ready. But finally, guys, I do want to bring you here that big news on the Ballon d'Or for this year, because following the uncertainty right throughout the footballing world so far in 2020, France Football have now taken the decision not to award the Ballon d'Or this year, with the next winner of the award, that's going to be now in 2021, with no winner to be decided in the current year. And they released the following statement. They said for the first time since 1956, the Ballon d'Or will take a break. There will be no addition in 2020 because it turns out, after thoughtful consideration, that all the conditions are not met. We believe that such a singular year cannot and should not be treated as an ordinary one. They say from a sports perspective, 2 months, January and February, out of the 11 generally required to form an opinion and decide who should lift the trophies, represent far too little to gauge and judge, without forgetting that the other games were played or will be played in unordinary conditions behind closed doors, with 5 subs, Champions League final there being played over a single game. And basically France Football are saying it's not a normal year, so we can't really award the trophy in the way we usually would. They don't believe that it's fair here to judge players on a shorter period of time in different circumstances to what we've seen before, and as a result of that, the Ballon d'Or postponed until 2021. And I just want to say on this, guys, because some people now I've seen on social media are coming out and saying, oh, France Football are protecting Messi, you know, they're making sure they're shielding him, maybe he wouldn't have won the trophy, and for that reason, they've cancelled their award. What I want to say to that is, absolute nonsense. What a load of rubbish. Because not only there is that not true, Messi, by the way, didn't choose for the leagues to be postponed. He didn't choose there for the leagues to either not return at all or to return in very different circumstances. But also, let's face up to the fact here, Messi could still win it. If they were going to have this award this year, Messi is very much still in with the chance. You've got the Champions League to come. He's registered incredible numbers this season because, of course, people are saying, oh, well, by Messi's standards, maybe he's had a bit of a poor season. Well, no, it's not by Messi's standards. If you're judging there the Ballon d'Or on the best player, you compare Messi to everybody else. And when you compare him to everybody else, he still does come out on top, whichever way you look at it. So saying here they've cancelled it only to save Messi, that is absolutely not true. And either way now, Messi will remain the current holder of the Ballon d'Or after his success, of course, in 2019. And let's not forget, Messi still tops the all-time list too, with 6 Ballon d'Or wins to his name. And next year, of course, it's going to be really interesting where Messi is at on an individual level and also where Barca will be this time in 2021. Let's wait and see. Let the fun and games begin. So that right there, guys, is the Barcelona news from today. Please do let me know your thoughts on all of the topics we have discussed in the comments down below. Do you believe that Riqui Puig is ready to start against Napoli in the Champions League? And what do you make there of the decision to cancel the Ballon d'Or for this year? Let me know all of those thoughts below. I will see you soon with more videos to come. Don't worry about that. But until next time, as always, Visca el Barça.